I'm your host Prateek Malik and welcoming you to the 6th edition of Ginesys Connect event. Ginesys Connect event is a series of curated events wherein we are trying to collaborate and bring together the guests from the retail industry and discuss on the strategies that will define your brand strategy in the coming years. We are truly excited to have you here in this evening in the vibrant city of Chandigarh. Ginesys Connect is not just an event, it's a platform wherein we bring together the luminaries, CXOs, CEOs, and prominent stakeholders from the retail, B2C, and the e-commerce industry and share their learnings about how they're doing business, what are the challenges on the way, and what we all can actually bring to the table together. It's a space where we aim to exchange ideas that empower your brands to thrive in this ever-evolving market. So let's dive straight into our agenda for session number 1. So our session 1 is navigating complexities for retail growth. In this session, we have a panel of esteemed entrepreneurs from the Tricity region who are going to share their challenges. And we'll be discussing on a particular set of panel discussion questionnaire, which will steer us through the intricacies for the retail growth. Along with this, I would like to now welcome our panelists for session 1. So with a huge round of applause, firstly, let us welcome Mr. Vijay Gupta, Head of IT and Digital at Columbia Sportswear India. He brings a wealth of experience in managing both onshore and offshore projects across a diverse variety of sectors. Welcome, Mr. Vijay.
Thank you.
Our next panelist would be Mr. Vipul Gupta, Director at Recon India, a brand that's been pioneering scientifically backed personal care products to improve your skin as well as your hair health. Welcome, Mr. Vipul. Next up, we have, let's welcome together Ms. Seeza Bhardwaj, Director at the Green Loom, a brand that's not just focused on sustainability, but also on empowering women artisans. So welcome, Ms. Seeza. Last but not the least, we have Mr. Munit Sachdeva. Mr. Munit is the Director at Halt India, a seasoned professional in the wellness industry for over 15 years of experience. And finally, I would like to introduce our very innovative and inquisitive moderator, Mr. Gaurav Shukla. Mr. Gaurav is currently the PR head at IIFD. He bears a proven track record of delivering results across brands for different industries. He has specific expertise in digital marketing and D2C. So welcome Gaurav to the panel. So to brief it for the audience, this session will have a quick panel discussion with Gaurav will host now. So I'll hand it over to Gaurav soon. This will be followed by a quick Q&A of around 10 to 15 minutes with the audience. So while these guests give us all the knowledge of the industry, I would request all of you, please note your questions, whatever major queries you have, and then we can have a rapid fire on them at the end of this session. So now over to our moderator Gaurav to lead this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Prateek ji. So we are here. Thank you for our guests to be here for discussing navigating through the complexities for retail growth. So we have a lineup of distinct entrepreneurs and CXOs who have not only braved the challenges of retail growth but also thrived in doing so. So thank you so much for taking out time and being here. So firstly, let's start. So retail in India is a complex primarily because of the plethora of distribution channels and diversity in the spread of the market. So what we would like to understand is how are you handling the GTM, the go-to-market or multi-channel approach and address the spread and varied opportunities. So we'll start with Munish ji first. So please, Munish.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you so much for Ginesys for having all of us here. And obviously today is a great day since Chandrayaan has just landed. So I would like to congratulate India and ISRO for one of the best achievements that they've ever done. Getting back to the topic in hand, see, India is obviously, as you very rightly said, it's a very spread and the diversity of the country is too huge. Now, as a retailer, what we need to look at is we need to keep adapting ourselves and continuously evolving in terms of the changing demands. There can be no one single policy or one single strategy that we need to follow. You need to focus on every different channel, multi-channel strategy, wherein your online, your offline, your marketplaces, and any other channel that you're targeting, the strategy has to be different and adaptive to whatever the consumer's changing demands are. So, tech is definitely one of the key ingredients that you need to do that. With the advent of things like Amazon, Flipkart, and the like, we not only as retailers not only need to increase the kind of offering that we are doing, plus we also need to focus on delivering our products to the consumers quicker. As an organization, when you look at it, tech, as I said, is one of the key ingredients. Your tech is where you're going to be driving your major business. You need to know how you can segmentize your business, your consumers, and how do you actually market your particular product based on those segmentations. So I mean, it's a very latent example. Probably, if most of us has probably gone to do a wedding shopping or something. So the moment you enter into a shop, the guy's first questions that start asking is, "Ke suit chahiye, sari chahiye, ke wedding gown chahiye?" So you tell them, I'm looking at this. Then the next question comes in here, are you looking at for yourself? Family mein shaadi kiski hai? Kaun hai? Who are you? How are you related? So you might feel that he's a very friendly. What he's done is he segmented you into a particular variety. अब वो आपके segment के according आपको सामान दिखाएगा. If you are the bride's closest friend, तो आपको ऊपर से शुरू करेगा. You would start from the bottom. That's what I look at it as. Segment your consumers, based on that segment, market your product.
So, Miss Seeza.
Thank you. So first of all, the Dream is a homegrown brand, and my gift.
Excuse me, can you have something on the mic?
Hi. So first of all, thank you for having me here. Green Loom is a homegrown brand. So it's very recently that we've tasted success. So my point of view is going to be from someone who is still trying to understand business, technology, and new trends. So I feel India, of course, is a very diverse, very complex. It has a very complex retail market, and especially skincare. It's very crowded. So for us, we try to nurture our local partnership. So that worked really well for us. We could tap into the regional market. So we worked on. So I personally organized workshops, pop-up shops. And the workshops are just teaching how to make your own products. We were talking about sourcing of ingredients. So that way the consumer could connect to us and the trust level will grow. Especially when you have that partnership and you don't spend money on marketing like that. So word of mouth has been the biggest reason for our growth. We are present online and offline. So online we have our e-commerce website. So this was an experiment we did. So instead of listing our products on giant e-commerce websites, we prefer startups. There were two reasons. One, of course, we got the great visibility. So even when they were marketing their own brand, but we were always present on the social media. And second, with time we realized, for example, we are on referral. This brand is from So after 4-5 months, we realized we started getting direct orders on our e-commerce website from them. So we could tap into their market. Yeah, so we prefer the smaller e-commerce websites because you get that kind of visibility without spending a lot of money on that. So that's something we followed, and that's what I would like to do. Thank you.
So coming on to Mr. Vipul, please. Let us know your go-to-market strategy.
See, am I audible?
Yes.
See, it is very, firstly, I'm so, it's a time when starting an e-commerce business or a D2C brand is it's not very difficult today, honestly, because the ecosystem is so well established and there's everything that you need, whether it is logistics, whether it is listing yourself on marketplaces, everything has become so easy. It is once you test your product market fit, it becomes very easy for you to then, be present on multiple channels, multiple points of sale, be it Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa for us, Myntra, Tata, Reliance, or your own D2C platform. One thing that we all must consider is that every app, every platform has their native customer base. So somebody using a Flipkart doesn't usually use an Amazon, or somebody using a Zomato doesn't usually use a Swiggy, right? So it is very important for us as brands to be present across channels. That should be the go-to-market strategy. Once your product market fit has been established, I think it is in today's time at least, it is very, very easy to be present and be visible across marketplaces and scale up your business. That's on the online side. On the offline side also, it's been 5 years for us. We've recently started establishing our offline presence. Our go-to strategy has been not through, it is very difficult to set up a pan-India distribution network, but it is easier to do retail chain tie-ups, provided you crack the terms of the trade. That's very important, but that's how it is. Once you have established some sort of traction for your brand, you start getting a lot of inbound interest from retail chains that they want to have you in their stores. So I think it's on both sides. You wait a little, you establish yourself through online channels. That's the easier route. You get a pan-India distribution network. You get a lot of presence, and that you can leverage to establish your offline presence.
Rightly said that segmentation of customers is very important in this market, and how to segment the customers, because in India we have huge reason where even seasons are changing. The product like uppers or shoes are needed to change as per the season, and then customers, what kind of customers are eating what kind of products. That data helps us in IT. Through IT, we are making sure that data helps to connect with the customers. Then making availability of the product in that market, like in western region, the product requirement is different. In the south region, the upper requirement is different, and in north, in the winters it is different, and in the summers it is different, and in the rainy season it is different. So we have to manage the logistics in such a way that we cannot fill the godowns of the local stores that product is lying there. We have to fall back to our main warehouses and then again ship as per the season. So the whole complexity of this movement, the complexity of the availability, the complexity of the customers, only technology can help us in deciding what to be made available and where. And even talking about the online stores, yes, that helps us a lot, because like Flipkart or Amazon, they help us in building a product that yes, this product is available, and when we launch our websites, they recognize that yes, it was available on Flipkart, so it is a genuine thing. So we have to make sure that these are available across, and the timeline of delivery has to be minimum. That customer wants it immediate, as soon as possible. That they order it, they want it the same day. So we evolve it through the technology to make all the infra systems, everything, so that customers get the favor. And then later on the product support. So that through technology only we can make it happen.
Thank you for the insight. So, coming on to the next question, the challenge, the second challenge typically revolves around the customer loyalty and trust. Right? So this has evolved in a requirement or expectation to provide a seamless omni-channel experience. So we would like to understand that how do we gain that loyalty of a customer? How do we get the return customer for us? So Mr. Munit coming from a very good retail chain, and so he would be giving us insights on this.
This is actually something which is a pain point for most of the retail brands today. Customer acquisition cost, we all agree, is probably at the highest today, and it's probably going to go higher even the moment the festival seasons like Diwali and all come in. The problem that is that most of the brands die out because they're just focusing on acquiring new customers. They are not focused on retaining their customers. Now, retention is more important because they are the easiest consumers to because they keep your till running. Revenue आपका generate होता जा रहा है because of them. Now these guys, it is much more easier to even increase your average order values with them. With a new customer, the cost is 100 times higher as compared to an existing customer. See, what I personally feel, or what we've done with our retail chain across this spread across India, what we've done is we've tried to get obviously technology implemented. We've tried to make sure that every touch point that a consumer has, be it social media, be it Google, be it anywhere, that we move back to the tech. So that there's one channel where the customer support executive knows कि ये last time कहाँ से आए थे, what are they doing, what were they looking at, what is their interest. So based on that is why we actually are able to give them a personalized offerings towards them. So see, I'm a firm believer, trust goes hand in hand with loyalty and brand advocacy. If a customer feels that you are willing to improve and are striving to improve along with him, he will always be your brand champion and will start promoting your brand.
For me, I feel one, you have to be true to your core belief system. Second, there's no confusion in the head, half the job is done. And for me personally, when we started, I was taking orders on WhatsApp. Like, to be very frank, when I started. So I thought when the client is trusting a new brand like mine, so I should trust them back. So we had a policy where I took payments after the product was delivered. So one, they were surprised. Second, that trust they had in us. So they worked for us. They were a marketing team for us actually. And we took their feedback very seriously. We worked on the product. We sent the samples to them. Also, when we launched our e-commerce website, when we launched new products, we were sending samples to our loyal customers, taking their feedback. That way they felt connected to the brand, and also they felt they were a part of the group. So that worked really well for us. Thank you.
Yeah, so, it's a crowded marketplace. What you are offering, many others are offering too, or similar things. And it is very important for you to understand that if a customer is coming to you, is trusting you, probably you are hitting the right notes somewhere, you are offering a solution that is solving somebody's problem. And that solution, that your product itself has to be the biggest customer experience that you can deliver to your customers. अगर आपके प्रोडक्ट में दम नहीं रहेगा तो ना ट्रस्ट आएगा, ना लॉयल्टी आएगी, ना रिटेंशन होगा. People will buy it once. Your marketing can acquire a new customer, but your product will retain the customer, will bring them back. That's what we focus on. So we very clear that our product is the biggest customer experience that we have to offer.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. So coming back to our question, we were understanding that how we maintain the loyalty of the customer, brand के साथ loyalty कैसे रखें. So coming to Vijay Gupta ji, please.
Yeah, we are working. Actually, our brand is such that it is an international brand, and we have to maintain certain standards as per our owners of the brand, and then. Any complaint or feedback, we are taking it very seriously, and all the concerned people are mailed as soon as we get it from customer care, and weekly basis we discuss those. Plus we have a loyalty rewards for each sale, that if a person purchases something, certain loyalty points he get which he can redeem in the future sales to keep a connect with them. Plus we keep sending our loyal customers the communication regarding new products, improvement in the products, and information related to our launches. So that kind of information is continuously flowing to customers, and we keep getting the feedback from them.
Very nice. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, starting from you now only. So, because the question is like that, very high cash burn in the funded retail companies, and marketplaces or D2C brands. We see, we have all seen a lot of Shark Tank and everything. We now know the terminology of cash burn. So, what are the financial marketing strategies evolved and followed in the legacy companies like yours and the startups? Like ma'am just has tasted the success she mentioned, right? So, what is the marketing financial strategies, and how do we keep this all sustainable also? So, we would like to know your opinion on this.
See, like in our organization, most of the, I would say 95% products are imported products only. And we need a lot of cash to get them into India. And for that, we manage always our cash in such a way that first priority is to be product to be available to the customer. And then we plan that, okay, our expenses in such a way that those are separate to the later part of the year, so that we make our expenses in the when our financial year is near closer, so that at that time we know what we have to expend and what we don't want to expend, and on that basis only we are planning our expenses, that product cash for product is available. That way we are planning our
Right. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Vipulji, your take on this?
See, sometimes it is necessary to burn money to get scale, and but it cannot be a sustainable practice. तो लाला की जेब कभी तो खाली होगी ही ना. तो आपको हमेशा बिजनेस को तो बिजनेस की तरह ही देखना चाहिए कि कितना रेवेन्यू आया, कितना खर्चा किया, बचा जो है वो बिजनेस का प्रॉफिट है. बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक आपने पूछा कि which are the areas that brands or organizations can concentrate on. I think if we start monitoring the cash to cash cycle of our business, plus I think inventory management is very very important. ये दो key areas ही अगर हम monitor कर लें और इनको improve करते रहें slowly, I think all the businessman starts a business because उसके अंदर margin होता है, right? नहीं तो कोई बिजनेस शुरू नहीं करता. तो अगर बिजनेस के अंदर मार्जिन है तो पैसा बनना चाहिए. और समटाइम्स आपको पैसा रेज करना पड़ता है बिकॉज बिजनेस को स्केल करने के लिए ज़रूरी है. बट अगर उस पैसे को ढंग से यूटिलाइज नहीं करोगे तो बर्न करोगे, क्योंकि आज की इट इज़ वेरी इजी टू प्रेस अ बटन टू रेज योर स्पेंड्स ऑन फेसबुक, गूगल्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. बट इट इज़ एट द सेम टाइम ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप वो सही डायरेक्शन में करें, एफिशिएंटली करें, ताकि आपका बिजनेस सस्टेनेबल प्रैक्टिस में रहे. अदरवाइज एनीबडी हु इज आल्सो पुटिंग इन मनी विल क्वेश्चन यू वन डे.
True. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, your take on this, please.
So ours is a bootstrapped company. For me, so ours is a bootstrapped company. I've been reinvesting every penny I've earned throughout. So financial discipline has allowed me to be independent and have that control over my business. So I know where I'm spending money, how I'm spending money. So that's one thing. Second, for marketing, so you know what happens when you have financial crunches, so you tend to become more innovative. So we did a lot of collaborations. So during festivals, we collaborated with different brands. So for example, now for Raksha Bandhan, we have collaborated with the silver jewelry brand. So it was a mutual benefit for both the brands. So we get their clients, we can introduce our brand to their clients. So the packaging is going to the client from our end. So we do send out samples and a write-up about our brand. So that has worked beautifully for us, and I would prefer that I want to have a sustainable balance between growth and financial security.
Right. So running a tight ship.
Yeah.
Great, great. Thank you so much. So Manishi, please.
Well, see, for me, any business has to be sustainable. Profit है तो धंधा करेंगे, नहीं है profit तो कोई फायदा नहीं. See, it's all depends on where you actually want to go. Are you looking at VC funding or are you looking at a sustainable business model? Something की funding कल को नहीं आई तो आप धंधा तो कर रहे हो ना. What is happening is a lot of brands today are just putting in money. They're trying to show off to a VC that this is the numbers that we've done. This is the consumer acquisition that we've done. अब हमारे को पैसा दे. But that ad burn that they're doing, they're not realizing कि return उसके against नहीं आएगा. There might be a VC who might come and we can be interested. But there are a million companies like yours who are coming in and who are putting the same thing in the market. VC तो एक ही है. उसने पीछे एक ही कंपनी उठानी है उनमें से सबके अंदर. So if you are lucky or if you have the right contacts, it's not even lucky. You need to have the right contacts in the market with the VC firm कि वो लोग आके आपको analyze करेंगे. 99% of the companies are not even able to reach to that VC stable. तो funding आएगी कहाँ से? उसको पता ही नहीं तुम्हारे बारे में. Nobody is going to sit down and realize कि अच्छा वो this brand is there. I'm going to look at this brand today and invest money. That stage does not arrive. So I personally believe is burn that much that you can get a return. So you need to have a ROI basis that this is the return on investment that I'm doing. This is the kind of cash burn that I'm doing. Seasonal cash burns, yes, almost everybody in our business does. वो करना पड़ता है because उस टाइम पे you need to have more consumers coming back to you. But vis-a-vis क्या उसके against आपको return आ रहा है? Are you completely blowing your reserves only? तो अगर reserves blow कर रहे हो तो कोई point नहीं है. Invest and spend only as much and keep monitoring your return on ad spend. If that balance is healthy, keep going. Do whatever you want to do.
Great advice to, I guess, every one of us. Yeah, please, sir, please.
We are tracking inventory which is not moving. We are selling them at discount so that our cash keeps coming and inventory is also getting ready.
Okay, so
That helps us.
So rejuvenating the dead stock in the market is also one way of maintaining the cash flow. Right. Thank you so much, sir, for adding up that. And now, would also like to understand the technology part of your businesses. So, want to know what is the method you find the right technology for your businesses, and what is the selection process, and how do you really come up to a point where do you say that okay, this is something which I want to go for, this is something which will enable my business to achieve what I'm dreaming of, or to make the business more multi-lingual or multi-country business. So, want to know about this from Manishi first, please.
See, personally, there is no right technology and there is no right cost to a technology. It is up to you how you are looking at it. आपकी requirements different है, so you need to look at a tech which helps you grow, evolve, and you need to have that tech company also which is ready to adapt to it. When I look at a technology or a vendor selection that I look at it, for me my basic concern is how open or how adaptive is the team behind that product. Product बहुत सारे हैं. There are a lot of tech companies in India and a lot of them have a lot of products. But is the team that is running that show, are they good enough? Are they adapting with the changing market? क्योंकि product तभी adapt होगा और उसकी team adapt होगी. अगर टीम ही टेक कंपनी की टीम ही adapt नहीं कर पा रही तो product तो कभी भी adapt नहीं करेगा. So for me, my basic notion is you look at the team and the product together. And it's always a cost-benefit analysis कि मेरा कितना time बचता है by investing into it. So if I'm getting a tech which is probably let's say ₹1 lakh versus a tech that is 10 lakhs, If that 10 lakh rupee tech is saving me 9 hours a day throughout the year, I would invest more because my time is valued way more than that 9 lakh rupees. So, आपके ऊपर है,
Frankly, I'm still trying to understand technology and still learning about new technology that's available. I feel for a brand like mine, accounts and billing, that is one software I would say I would like to invest in, and also inventory. So a smaller brand, जो हाथ से करके सब, because I've done that. So you do not know loss कितना हुआ, return कितना आया, खराब कितना हुआ, breakage कितनी हुई. That kind of like the way sir said, the team is very important. So same, I would prefer looking at the team, how efficient they are. Do they understand my business and my requirement? That's very important, because sometimes a company can come to you and they have a standard statement for everyone. So I want somebody, so I would prefer someone who understands my business and my business ethics. So I think that's something important.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you. So Vipul ji.
I can so much relate to what you just said, because I've been through that journey where मैं ऐसे वेयरहाउस में घुसता था और ऐसे देखता था अपने स्टैक्स को और बोलता था ये सामान कम लग रहा है, इसको ऑर्डर लगा देते हैं. So there was no calculation, and I would just, if there are people in the crowd today who are looking to start businesses or getting into online space, everything can be done on a pen and paper initially at a lower scale, and I would really advise you to do that, because that gives you a very larger understanding of things. Then get on to, like Munit ji rightly said, get on to softwares that suit your needs. That's how we've been selecting our softwares. Many things we still do on spreadsheets. They work for us brilliantly, and we are evolving a lot of things to softwares. There are brilliant softwares available in the market. You have to identify what your need is, what the product is offering. And I can't agree more with Maniji when he says that it's the vendor's team that is much more important than the product. You may be looking at a SAP or a Microsoft Dynamics of the world, but if the vendor is not good enough, they cannot just implement. I'm sure it goes with Ginesys also, similar approach. The implementation partner is the key for your tech stack.
True. Thank you. Vijay sir.
Yeah, around 10-15 years back, there was a notion that 2% of the revenue should be the IT cost of a company. That around 10-15 years back. But if we see now technology is running the company. Then if you see the benefit from the technology, you should implement that. And more the technology implementation, and you will get more the fruits at the end of the year. Even what we do in selecting a company, that the software which we are selecting, what kind of features are there, and how can I don't want to say that I will ask them for changes. I will request them, how can we adopt to your process? See, that will help us in quickly implementing the solution. Plus, if we keep on asking for a change, the solution will keep getting complex. So, number two, normally I ask vendor, can you show me a problem log of any of your customer, that what kind of problems they are facing in implementing your solution or using your solution. Because from that is the barometer that in a 1 month, if a customer is raising around 100 problems, then that is a problem. So we have to select a technology which can adapt as per the processes and meet the government requirements, statutory requirements, and can be integrated with other service providers in a very open way. Because that is a very main requirement in today's industry, that we need to integrate multiple products like CRM, like omni-channel, like POS. So these solutions should be integrated with each other in a simple APIs, in an open way, so that we can work comfortably and IT people can sleep comfortably.
Right, thank you so much. So, as before coming to the last question, I am from a fashion and design institute. I just had a discussion. So, just a small, take on from all the panelists about the value of design and innovation in your particular, respective fields. Just wanted to have a small insight, starting from Vijay ji, please. Your experiences must be, give us a good insight about what you look forward to in the design and innovation field for your respective brand.
See, that is very, very, very important because our buyer team which decides that okay, these products are to be procured or imported or needed in the stores or needed in the customers in India, or these kind of colors are good. So the design and the product which we are selecting based on that is very important.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll, if somebody has recorded this, I'll show this to my students that how important you are for big brands like you. And so, please, coming to you, I know you're from a skincare brand, but then again, it's a packaging which sells more than anything else.
Not really.
Not really. Okay, please. I know you're a product-centric guy. You just mentioned it. Please, let's hear it about the design and innovation.
See,
part.
for us, design innovation comes from what the customer wants, right? If you're able to adapt to that, if you're able to offer solutions what the customer is looking for, because customer needs, demands are changing with a lot of trends, a lot of new problems coming up. If you're able to keep pace with that, I think, and keep innovating, designing formulations, like in our case, skincare, as per their needs, I think that's what is required. That's what you focus on.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, coming from, I guess what you said is feedback and then innovate. Right. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, you, please.
I represent a brand which talks about sustainability and being natural. So we have really put in a lot of effort so that, even our stickers, so we have made them from craft paper, there's no plastic lamination. We talk about reusing the bottles. We have made blogs on how you can reuse the bottles. So yes, I think it's very important that the color tone we have chosen, right. It's in accordance to what our brand represents.
Great. So, Munit ji, really sorry about the name mix-up before, but so Munit ji, please, your take, because I've seen your logo and it has an exclamation mark in the end. So, I guess there is some story behind it, and we would like to understand it.
Halt is primarily a short form for health and lifestyle terminus. So that's the application that we used. It came out as a catchy name, so it just caught on. That's one thing. But when I look at, when you said about designing, see for me, when I look at something, one, as Sir said, product quality has to be there. If the product quality is not there, nothing will sell. But if you have the right product quality, a good design can help you make more money. Which is Dasali Bigi or which is Saur Bigi. You're in this hotel today, you have the same food here, or you have the same food anywhere else. Just because you're in a 5-star, you're spending 3 times more the value. So it's all about packaging. I personally believe is, one, it gets more consumers to you. You're able to increase the value that asked from a consumer based on your packaging. But at the end of the day, yes, the product has to have that quality.
Right. So, very true. It is a mix and match of both, I guess. And one cannot live without the other. This is what we say. So wrapping up this, one last thing I would like to ask Vijay ji. So what would you suggest someone, who want to come to online market from the offline retail, because, your company has done it, and planning for e-commerce, if somebody is planning for e-commerce, what are the challenges they would be facing and what should be the prerequisites for this?
The prerequisite for this is the platform which he is choosing has to be a stable platform which can interact with the customer in a live environment. The products need to be updated there. Then the stock availability has to be real live stock as per their warehouses, and the delivery time, what they are promising and how they are making that available at the farthest corner of the India where people are ordering it. Like you promise them 2 days and it doesn't reach 5 days, then you lose a customer. And then the payment mechanism, how you are receiving the payments, if they are returning the product, how you are returning, refunding them, and in what are the life cycles, how you are providing the warranty claims. So you have to decide all these factors before going in for an online platform to build your product, to make your name in the retail market.
This session, and thank you for the panelists, and Pratik will take on from here. Thank you so much.
Before we conclude this session, so now is the time for the quick audience Q&A. So if anybody in the audience has some questions, please feel free to ask our panelists, and we can take up a quick question to understand if you want to ask any specific question. I think it's pretty clear to the audience. All right, then with that we wrap it up. Okay, we have a question. Yeah. The savior is there.
These days, online is in everybody's mind. Like everybody want to expand their business online. But like I heard here, people are switching from online to offline. So I want to understand that term. Why online to offline when everybody is going to like expand their business to online?
Like I said, हर channel में different customer segments होते हैं. Offline, there are many offline customers who don't buy online. Right? And as a brand, we want to spread our distribution everywhere. We want to be present omni-channel. तो online के customer को तो serve करना ही है, लेकिन offline के भी को करना है. और offline वाले को offline का करना है और online को भी करना है. So I think it's both ways. It's about expanding your reach through all the distribution channels.
Sure. Yeah, I think we have another question.
Hi, so my question was, how important is the uniqueness of the product versus the marketing of the product?
See, USP versus marketing. Now, this is a very tricky question. There are a lot of products which do not have a very great uniqueness, but they are marketed so well that you still buy. So if I cannot take a name of a product or something. So if you remember a product called Garnier Men's Face Wash that was launched, it was typically a normal face wash which was just marketed to another segment of consumers, the men, by saying it's a men's face wash. Technically, क्या difference था? I think वो skincare वाले बता सकते हैं. But personally, for me, there was no difference between the two. So it's today what I feel in our industry. There's so much of noise. इतना ज़्यादा brands are there in your face कि आप वही देखते हो जो आप देखना चाहते हो, जो आपको दिखाया जा रहा है बार-बार. So marketing plays a very important role. Yes, you are a unique product. Great, you will have a separate niche to yourself. But does it evolve, tantamount to numbers? That cannot happen without marketing.
Yeah, I think we had another question. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hello team. I just have a question. We are a retail chain in Mohali and we currently operate 3 stores here. So my main concern is like now bigger chains are entering into the retail market and they are negotiating with the brands much better than the small retailers can. So how can we compete with the margins given the retail rentals are increasing day by day and bigger chains obviously have a bigger pocket size, bigger margins to negotiate with the brands. So how can we as a small retailers compete, especially on the discounting point? Like customers these days are always looking at a bigger discount, a better offer, which bigger brands like Reliance, Lifestyle for example, are able to cater more. So as a retailer we can compete with those discounts going forward.
Yeah, you have to go in for an online marketing and online store to reduce your cost of the offline stores. Number one. Number two, you need to have the products, unique products, which are selected by the customers, which are creating your segment of the customers. Plus, you need to build your brand in such a way that people are connected with your brand. So, on that basis only you can survive. Because yes, bigger player will come and they will eat you all. Thank you.
And I'd like to add a little thing here, because being a retailer, since I'm also, started my retailing journey from Chandigarh only, we were dealt with brands which again, bigger brands came in and started doing discounting. मेरा understanding ये है कि learn to understand your customer base. अगर आप अपने customer base को control कर सकते हो ना, or you can have a personalized effect with them or a touch with them, they will stick to you, no matter the kind of discount. हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे चलेगा. But at the end of the day, if you are able to maintain a relationship with your consumers, 10 might go out of 100, but 90 फिर भी रहेंगे. And those 90 will give you more money. So stick to them, focus on them, and try and improve that. That's what I would suggest.
Sure.
Hello everyone. So my question is for all the skincare brands, and actually I'm working in retail industry from last 3 to 4 years. So my question is, if we are launching our new products to the market, either online, offline, so we used to face many challenges, right? In online we have to pay lots of money to do market and ads and something, but in offline, so what we used to do, like we used to approach retailers, as such told that distributors, they just don't want to invest in us, right? Because they have to work very hard to promote our brands, because we don't have any famous products in the market. So sir told that we have to do direct retail market, so from company to retailer, right? There is no any distribution network. So that is okay, but that can't be a scalable business. So my main question is, how to promote a newly launched brand to offline as well as online in very low budget, for a startup and bootstrap?
See, honestly, so when I said that we are selling directly to retailer, I did not say that we are tapping individual retailers. We are tapping into retail chains, okay, so which have a wider distribution network of theirs. Now, how you want to किसी नए ब्रांड को ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन दोनों में कैसे लेके आना है, I don't have the right answer, but probably how I have done is पहले ऑनलाइन इस्टेब्लिश किया है अच्छे से, 5 साल लगाए हैं, और अब धीरे धीरे ऑफलाइन शुरू किया है. I think otherwise offline is actually slow and it takes a lot of bandwidth. Online is fast, gives you scale faster than offline. That's what my understanding is. Pardon me if I'm wrong, if anybody thinks otherwise.
I believe, like he said, low budget. So I think I can connect with that. So personalizing is very important. Connect with if you have 10 customers, make sure you're connected to them. If they have complaints, make sure you get back to them and work on it. Send them new samples. And it's like, I think that's one way of, they do all the marketing for you. Believe me, they do that.
Sure, the gentleman in the last row, please be a little quick here.
डिस्काउंटिंग के बारे में ही था सर, कि जैसे मेरा 300 फीट का स्टोर है रिटेलिंग का गारमेंट्स में या अदर अंडरगारमेंट्स में, तो साथ ही 1011 फुट का स्टोर खुल गया 1100 फीट का EPO. तो कंपनी मार्केट में तो यानी डिस्काउंटिंग चल रही है दबा के. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द नोन ब्रांड, वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ब्रांड, नाम भी ले लेता हूँ, जॉकी. तो अब वो कहते हैं कि आप डिस्काउंटिंग ना करो जी, हमने भी थोड़ी सी शुरू कर दी, तो उससे हमारा कस्टमर बढ़ा यानी या रिटेन हुआ. तो इसका अब वो कहते हैं आप डिस्काउंटिंग बंद करो क्योंकि वो EPO खुल गया है, तो उनको सर्व करना है, वो शिकायत करता होगा. तो इसमें हमारे जैसे रिटेलर्स या फ्यूचर क्या है इस चीज़ का, डिस्काउंटिंग का? क्योंकि अभी मैं कोलंबिया का आपका सर अभी मैंने वेबसाइट खोली इस पर, तो उसमें 50% आ रहा है. तो मतलब मैं देख रहा हूँ कि बड़े बड़े लोग कर रहे हैं डिस्काउंटिंग और खूब कर रहे हैं. तो या तो चलो जैसे भी कर रहे हैं वो एक टेक्निकल है कि कस्टमर को हमने अपनी तरफ करना है, तो क्या ये पॉसिबल है कि डिस्काउंटिंग रुक जाए? इसका आंसर मेरे को अभी तक मिला नहीं सर, क्योंकि कंपनी वाले भी, आज भी मेरी मीटिंग थी उनसे, तो वो मुझे कहते नहीं सर आपको बंद करनी ही पड़ेगी। मैंने कहा भाई तुम ही एक ब्रांड हो, बाकी तो लाइन लगा के खड़े हैं कि हमारे थोड़े से पीस रख लो, स्टार्ट कर दो हमारा ब्रांड, और तुम हमें कह रहे हो कि हमारे हिसाब से बेचो। तो ये चीज़ का झगड़ा है। तो आप, मैं देखता हूँ आप क्या आंसर है इस चीज़ का आपके पास। तो मेरे पास तो सोल्यूशन निकला नहीं, कोई लॉजिकल है ही नहीं ये चीज़।
या योर प्रॉब्लम इज पर्टिकुलर वन।
हाँ नहीं, सबकी है, मेरी नहीं है।
नहीं, जो हम डिस्काउंटिंग कर रहे हैं वो मोस्टली हमारी डिस्काउंटिंग होती है जो स्लो मूविंग प्रोडक्ट्स हैं या मूव नहीं हो रहे हैं
जी,
हमारी मोस्टली डिस्काउंटिंग उस पे होती है, सिलेक्टेड प्रोडक्ट्स पे।
हाँ
लेकिन
वो तो चलो बाई चांस देखा मैंने। वैसे मैं नॉर्मल कह रहा हूँ, जॉकी पे तो लेस मिलता ही मिलता है ना, तो ये चीज़ का कह रहा था बेसिकली। चलो आप अपने ऊपर मत लो। ठीक है सर।
Yeah, in fact, I would like to ask.
तो सर इसका आंसर नहीं है, फिर चलती रही या बंद?
सर देखो, I can answer it, थोड़ा सा कर सकता हूँ।
जी 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 प्लीज।
देखो पॉइंट इज, क्या आप व्हेन यू मेंशन जॉकी,
या
हर ब्रांड अपना ईबीओ लेके आएगा, आज नहीं लाएगा तो कल लाएगा, ये क्लियर, क्रिस्टल क्लियर है सबके सामने, ये कोई छुपी हुई बात नहीं है। दूसरी चीज, आपको क्या जॉकी रख के एक्स्ट्रा कस्टमर आ रहा है, पहले तो आप ये देखिए। अगर आपको लग रहा है वो डिस्काउंटिंग को बंद करने को कह रहे हैं, वो ऑब्वियसली उन्होंने अपना ईबीओ चलाना, उनका पैसा ज़्यादा वहाँ लगा हुआ है, इट्स अ फोकस, इट्स अ फ्लैगशिप ऑफ द कंपनी, तो उस पर लगाएंगे। आपके ऊपर जब वो प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं आप डिस्काउंटिंग ना कीजिए, वो इसीलिए कर रहे हैं कि उनको ईबीओ चलाना है। अब आपको एज अ रिटेलर रियलाइज करना है कि क्या मैं इस ब्रांड को अगर निकालता हूँ अपने यहाँ से, तो क्या मेरे को कोई लॉस होता है सेल का, क्या मैं कन्वर्ट कर सकता हूँ इस सेल को किसी और ब्रांड के ऊपर। सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड दिस, ये कोई और डिसाइड नहीं करता। डिस्काउंटिंग इंडिया में आई है, रहेगी, और अगले 100 साल तक रहेगी। हम में से हर कोई 2 पैसे बचाने के लिए भागता है।
सर हम भी उसी को यही समझा रहे हैं, सारे ऑफिसर राइट है, उन्हीं को ये समझा रहे हैं।
देखो
ये चलेगी, ये रुकने वाली नहीं है।
कंपनी स्पेसिफिक है, हम कंपनी एम्प्लॉय के बारे में कुछ कह नहीं सकते।
और मैंने उनको सर इतना भी कह दिया भी किसी और ब्रांड से भी आना कि जॉकी से शादी कराई हुई है, आपने यही काम करना है सारी उम्र। मैंने कहा किसी और ब्रांड से आओगे तो कैसे करोगे?
वही कह रहा हूँ, देखिए आपको रियलाइज करना कि आपके लिए वो ब्रांड कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है अपने स्टोर पे कैरी करना। अगर ज़्यादा इशू लग रहा है, आप ब्रांड बंद कर दीजिए, बोला दूसरा कोई ब्रांड रखिए। बट क्या आपको सेल लॉस जो होगा उस ब्रांड की वजह से, क्या आप उसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं किसी और ब्रांड पे? अगर कर सकते हैं तो प्लीज आज ही काटा मारो और बाहर निकालो, खत्म करिए, वो अपने हाथ जोड़ते हुए आएंगे।
हाँ, मैंने स्क्वायर फीट इसलिए बताया था कि 300 फुट और 1500 फुट या 1000 फुट प्लस का फर्क रहेगा ही रहेगा, एम्बियंस का, शॉपिंग एक्सपीरियंस का। तो वो फर्क फिर हम दे ही नहीं सकते, हम डिस्काउंट देके ही उसको रोक सकते हैं कस्टमर को थोड़ा सा अपनी तरफ। बस ये चीज़ मैं फील करता हूं।
सर ये तो देखो अपने आप को इवॉल्व करने वाली बात है, हाउ यू एंटरटेन योर कस्टमर। अकेला डिस्काउंट ही नहीं है, आप कोई लॉयल्टी पॉइंट्स बना दो कि यार आप आ रहे हो, मैं डिस्काउंट नहीं दे रहा, आपने मेरे से 100 रुपये की चीज़ दी, मैं 5 रुपये आपको वापस दे रहा हूँ आपके इस पॉइंट के केस, अगली बार आओगे पॉइंट्स रिडीम कर लेना। सो इट इज़, ये तरीका है, इसके ऊपर ना जॉकी आपको मना कर सकता है। आपने 5% डिस्काउंट उसको वापस दे दिया, बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ पॉइंट, और आपने अपनी अगली सेल बुक कर ली उसके साथ कि वो 5 रुपये लेने दोबारा तो आएगा है ना आपके पास। तो ये वेज एंड मीन्स तो आपको ढूंढने पड़ेंगे सर।
थैंक यू।
सर मैं आपको एंड में बस इतना बोल सकता हूँ कि देखिए मार्केट में ना ऐसे भी ब्रांड्स हैं जो पिछले 50 साल से आज तक कभी डिस्काउंट नहीं दे रहे हैं, और ऐसे भी ब्रांड्स हैं जो बहुत डीप डिस्काउंट देते हैं, और दोनों ही मार्केट में अर्न कर रहे हैं, दोनों के ही कस्टमर्स हैं, दोनों का ही स्टाफ रोज कमाता है और घर जाता है। तो अब आपको देखना है कि आपको कैसी लाइफ जीनी है और आप कैसे उसको ग्रो कर सकते हो ऐसे मरीज जीने का। So with that we'll conclude today's session. I would now like to call upon stage Mr. Jitendra Vyas, our head of acquisition, to felicitate our esteemed panelists. Yeah. Felicitations, sir. Yeah. So, beginning with Mr. Gaurav Shukla, our moderator for the event, head of PR at IIFD. Thank you so much. Mr. Munit, director at Halt India. Ms. Seeza, co-founder at the Green Loom. Mr. Vipul Gupta, Director at Requil India. Mr. Vijay Gupta, Head of IT and Digital at Columbia Sportswear India. So with that, we conclude the session 1. Quite an insightful and interesting session it was.